One good question to ask yourself is, do you have autonomy over your own mind? What I mean by this question is, do you form your own opinions and expectations of things without caring about what you previously see about it on social media? Do you challenge yourself to see what kind of thoughts that your mind generates without waking up and immediately like going on your phone? In this world, you are free to think literally whatever you want. When you allow social media or when you allow someone else to dictate your opinion about something else, that is automatically giving up your freedom of thought. And the freedom of thought is what drives us, literally. It's what drives how we move. It drives our relationships. It drives how we go about things. It drives how we feel about ourselves. Just literally everything. And when I say this, I'm not trying to make this into one of those videos where I'm like, don't believe like everything you see on social media, because sometimes social media has great information. Sometimes social media has information that they won't even put on the news. But when I talk about this, I'm more so just saying that take your time to form your own opinions about things. Take your time to form your own feelings about things. Specifically, to form your own feelings about people in your relationships. I made a TikTok earlier and I was talking about how, you know, when you, in the dating world, when you have negative expectations already, when you don't already expect much from people, you're more likely to pay attention to the experiences that validate those negative expectations, right? Your brain is looking for proof to validate its opinions, its claims. And that can overall just be toxic, obviously for way more than one reason. We are now interacting with one another and we are now developing connections with one another without an even baseline of our own thoughts of what we truly want or what we truly feel and what we truly need from people. When you come into connections and just interactions with people with a fixed expectation, when you already expect them to betray your trust, when you already expect them to be talking to other people, when you already expect them to be doing this, when you already expect them to be doing that, it diminishes the experience of even interacting with that person as a whole, right? Not every single connection is going to lead to something long term. Not every single connection is going to be a thing where you meet the love of your life or you're going to fall in love. But when you come in with an expectation, a negative expectation, especially of how you think a person is going to be, not only does that diminish your ability to interact, to get to know them, to understand them for the person they truly are, it also diminishes them as a person before they even get to make any way for themselves in your life. And there's a difference between dating and interacting with people with the idea of protection. Protecting yourself just means that, okay, like you might have your guard up even just a tiny bit just in case, you know, anything. Because, you know, being vulnerable is not something that a lot of people can do right then and there when they meet someone. But it's another thing to come in with an expectation so much so that if this person matches your expectation, your negative expectation per se, if this person matches your negative expectation, you're going to therefore validate those negative thoughts in your brain. And if this person doesn't match that expectation, if this person's actually a great person, hasn't showed you any red flags or anything, your mind will be in turmoil because your mind wanted that person to match that expectation so bad. You have lost the autonomy over your mind so much that when something doesn't match the negative narratives that you have about them, it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you question. It makes you feel like, it makes you second guess yourself. And not in a good way. It makes you second guess yourself in a way of you feel like something is wrong. But nothing was ever wrong except for the fact that you led into that experience with a negative expectation. Back to when I referred to having autonomy over your mind. There are always going to be thoughts that occur that we necessarily can't control. When we're fed something so much externally, those things are destined to get embedded into our mind. Those are destined to be the things that we think about. When we wake up and we wake up to our families every single morning, those are going to be the thoughts that come in our brain immediately when we wake up. If we are a college student going to class every day, those thoughts are immediately going to be put into our brains, you know what I'm saying? So I guess in a way, having complete autonomy over your mind is something that's not really it's something that's not really possible to begin with, because you're constantly being fed things every day. But what I will say is, when I refer to having autonomy over your mind, I think in this case I'm more so referring to the conscious choice that you make with the thoughts that are plugged into you. When you make choices, when you make decisions about yourself, when you make decisions about how you treat other people, when you make decisions about if you're going to take that risk and do that new thing that you wanted to do, when you make decisions about, I don't know, just anything, do you ever sit to think of, did I make this decision because it was something that I truly wanted, or was this decision partially influenced by an expectation that I had about this thing? Let's say for example I want to try roller skating, and I've really been wanting to try roller skating, but I see all these people, and I go on TikTok and I see all these people, and all these people have been skating since they were like 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're really advanced, and I want to be able to do all the cool tricks and all that jazz, and like, you know, but I know I won't be able to do it because I haven't been skating that long and I'm a beginner. And so if I say to myself, oh, I'm probably not going to skate because I haven't been doing it and I'm not going to be that good anyway, so I don't want to skate. Would you make a decision because of a narrative that was influenced by something else you saw, something else somebody did, something you perceive as reality? That in itself is giving up your mental autonomy. And you, in your mind, originally, you wanted to try skating. That was something that you wanted to do. You embracing your mental autonomy would be to say, yes, I'm gonna go skate. But you didn't. You gave it up for something that you thought, something that you saw, something that you believe to be true. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave this video at that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know these examples were very kind of like minimal, but I feel like this can be applied to a lot of other aspects of life, so I hope you guys like that.